What's up, y'all? It's your boy Z here, back again. We're gonna do kind of a mini speed run of this build right here. This is the Sega Virtua stick. And what we're going to do, I'm going to give this a full upgrade. And we're going to take out the PCB and we're going to put new buttons, new joystick. We're going to get rid of this artwork. As you can see, it's seen better days, so let's get started. Got a missing screw. We're gonna clean off those rubber pads. We'll do that after we take off the bottom plate. Get some good adhesive remover, sponge, or some kind of scrubby, and you just sit there, put some elbow grease on it. That usually takes it off, most of it, if not all of it, for the most part. So, we'll have a completely different approach to putting new rubber feet on the case. So, what you do is you just take off, these 6 screws on the bottom. 5 because one's missing, so I didn't realize that. Alright. So most, if not all, Virtua sticks will look similar to this in one way, shape, or form. This version is the DC Game 8 model, and this is the model that uses the bootleg Seimitsu stick. This is a ASCII Seimitsu variant. It gets the job done, but that's about it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by dismantling the lever. Drop the dust cover and voila. Now, if you're a fan of Scanline City, he has done a very good job explaining that if these little notches are inside the pivot of the joystick, if you ever get a Sega Virtua stick, especially for the Saturn model, this is the ASCII stick version, because you can tell by the little notches right there in the pivot. Kind of tough to see from this angle. You can see it right there, maybe. So. Undo those screws, pull off the PCB. You can see it has short arm micro switches attached to the motherboard. It's an ASCII stick, so 96. Great quality, because as you can see, it lasted this long and still works perfectly fine. But an upgrade's an upgrade. So we're just gonna take off the spring base right there. So now, with this, before we get started on anything else on the front side, we're going to desolder these buttons. And from now on, anytime that we do a retro stick mod where it comes with soldered buttons or anything like this, we are going to call this the Virtua stick method. So when we use the Virtua stick method, anything that has to do with desoldering buttons to place in new ones, that's what we're going to label it as from now on. Alright, Always remember to pre-tin your soldering iron. Pre-tin the tip. Make sure everything's alright. Now the best way to desolder is you get your desoldering tip ready, a vacuum. You just add a little heat, some fresh solder. See that? Just keep it hot for a second. Alright, so after you're done reflowing, resoldering, and vacuuming off the old solder, add some old stuff right there. You just pull off it should look like that. Ooh, some of the solder, okay, some of it didn't, some of the PCB, the original PCB broke off. I mean, it's kind of an L. I gotta get better at soldering. Grab our screwdriver. Finish taking off the rest of the motherboard. So for now, we're going to just take off all the auxiliary buttons. This is what it looks like. Dismantled. Blah, 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 blah. Pretty much Qanba knockoffs, but a little bit better than Hori, but not as close as the real thing. Take off the top plate, get yourself a 7mm socket, and just undo the 4 to 5 bolts of the case. And then you see those little tabs right here. Pop it out and scooping motion like that, and boom, that's the panel. You peel anything off of metal, with adhesive and everything, but we're gonna go the easy route and get yourself a nice heat gun, $20 or less, your local hardware store. spend a lot of time spraying some goof off. Now for the next step, what you're going to want to do after you clean everything up, you're going to want to get yourself a rotary tool with a cutting tip, and get yourself a rounded file. So it's a half circle. If you look at it through, you see the shape of it is a half circle. So clean everything up, you get off, you clean up all the adhesive and everything. I'm okay with it being a little scratchy. Don't worry about it, we got art for it. So what you're gonna do is put on, 2 random screws, whatever. Just secure it back to the body, so we have something firm to hold it on. Alright, so using the same method we did to drill the buttons into the steel plate, for the plastic fitting we just did the same thing, but just very lightly. Slide that over. Booyah. And you see, voila, perfect fit, just like that. All you gotta do is just take off the mounting plate. There goes the lever. And this is a sneak peek of what it's going to look like. Metallic style. Alright, with double checking with the guide on Arcade Shock, we got mission complete.